Wake up from your hibernation, lion. It's finally quiet enough to film. Hi! Today we're doing something different. So like about 3 weeks ago now, I got a new phone, and the improvement in quality has inspired me to make something. So I just kind of had this big idea of things to say just in my head. Now I'm just gonna say stuff. So welcome to yet another new series, which I'm currently calling Thoughts in a Vlog, where I just say stuff, which may or may not be in front of this couch. Could be a different background. But today I'm gonna talk about like where Hudsonverse is going on this channel things. Also, I've sewed some new clothes in that bag, all the dolls, fashion show as well. As the title says, Hudsonverse is pausing production, at least like the main series is. This is because episodes 6 through 10 of season 1a are longer. We still have to figure out everything that's going on. We haven't finalized the scripts yet. There's gonna be like a lot of new characters, which means I need to get new dolls, but like I don't have a job to have money to buy new dolls. In my last video, Treetop Tradesman, the Melancholy painting with Toronto Bombfield, I wrote at the bottom of the long description that I was taking a break from doll filmmaking because I need to get my first job and I can't have a project to be procrastinating, getting in the way, because then I would feel kind of guilty because I was like, oh, I'm so lazy. And, I don't need that stress. I was trying to do other things. Why isn't this stopping? Oh, it's this stupid... Wow, this button is so stupid. Well, it turns out I still have a lot of free time, and doing nothing is making me purposeless and fleshless. So I started filming the Bean Capella music video on July 29th. I'll just show you what I got.
Beans, 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 oh beans, 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 oh beans, 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 bean Capella.
So the reason I showed you that was because I actually had to quit filming it after like 2 different attempts on 2 different days, because my sister kept trying to come over and like knock it over. So then I just had to leave it sitting there on the table for a few weeks until one day she actually did just knock the whole thing over. I obviously had to take everything, put it away under the table, back in my room, just empty out the table. So like, here's what the table looks like when it's empty. But then that actually wasn't empty enough. Like that magnifying lamp thing, she grabbed that, knocked that on the floor. So then I immediately took that and the cardboard back, put it underneath the table. So now it's just empty. And at some point, me and my mom will move the table farther in the room, so it's not like right next to like the hallway. Okay, that's the end of that part. Guess I can show off these cans. Alright, so because I'm probably not going to finish this film in a good long while, I'll just show you these cans. So these are actually just bean cans, as you can see right here. Because my first idea was that I would cut out these sections so that you could see the beans. But then I also just wrote Bean Capella on it and just used this side. So here's like the Tar Pit Toast logo, which is like the band that Christoph Toronto Potatonus Charlene, Jonathan, and Christoph Swordneff are a part of. They all created it at some point in the storyline, which could be something they did over winter break, sometime in January, something around there. This is just like fabric, and then I rubber band it. And he had drumsticks, as you saw in that clip. But that's not the only thing I tried to do. I did start a different video. I actually started a drawing video, where I draw legend characters as LPS, like this dog. Here's a sneak peek. This isn't the final one because this is more like a kind of a pencil scribble thing, but I'll do a more solid colored one. I'm also doing Grace and Trace, but I already finished those, so I'm not going to spoil it. Thank you, Google, because I just found out I can disable the camera control button, because there's for some reason a physical button that wakes the camera app open up and then it does stuff. But like, it's right there where like the top of the clip on my tripod is. And so like, I kind of like put my hand on the phone and move it around like this, and then I'm somehow mashing the top of the clip onto the button, and then it's like starting a recording or something, or activating those little minor adjustments to the camera exposure or whatever it was doing. Just disable it. Boom. Now it's just a useless button that does absolutely nothing because I don't need it to. You know how you start a recording? You fact tap the screen, the red button. Hello. Okay, now next to the next thing I was gonna say. Alright, so like before we transition into like showing off the clothes, last Saturday we had Chinese food. Like, here are the fortunes. So like, this is the one I got. It says, why is it not focusing? Oh, it needs to switch to the other camera to do that? Okay, whatever. So nurture your creative talents to express yourself fully. I'm trying, but that's being impeded by my sister. And then, this is the one that she got in hers. It says, don't reach across the table for items. Ask for them to be passed. The fortune cookie knew that she likes grabbing things off counters and throwing them onto the floor. Which included my doll set for my film. So sometimes they're just oddly specific and not just like a generic everyone has this issue kind of positive messaging nonsense. Like, no, this was just very specific. Or I'm just applying specificness to it. Anyway, fashion show time. Alright, this is a bit more organized, though I might take them all away in a second. So I guess like starting somewhere in July, I guess like, or maybe even June, I don't know, but focus on me. You got a good camera, you need to actually look good. Alright, so I started making all these clothes after Tree Trot Tradesman, when I was like finishing up that, to have something to do. So like, I guess first I made a bunch of little shirts like these. It can also fit Ocean. Oh. Toronto's also wearing one of them. This one actually has like a cuff at the bottom, the neck, whereas these only have necks. Got lazy. Here's another shirt. This one's pink and sparkly red. This might have been like the first one I made. I think I made this one and then this red one. And then these two green ones. Well, this one's like Kristoff's because it's I made the neck hole smaller. It only just barely fits over his head. Alright, you people, you're all going. Taking you away. Putting you on top of the box, heart-shaped Valentine's candy box. Don't know why I never threw it out. What am I saving it for? Don't know. You people are on. No, wait, I want Kristoff because I'm trying something on for him. Boy, this is a stand. You're meant to stand, not flop over. Okay, now we can show how the shirt works. As you can see, kind of doesn't want to move. But I did get this over his head. I'll just cut to that. The trick is you gotta get the ponytail first, get the hair in first, and then it just slides on. Oh no, now I need to get his arms in. Okay, that was easy, that one. Now usually you wouldn't wear other shirts underneath, but you know, that white shirt was real difficult to get tucked into this shirt. And I might want to film with him in that outfit soon, so. Here he is in his shirt. And because I can, third layer shirt, because you can see how this neckline is way too big for this guy. So then the next thing I did was I made pants. Well, these are what Dre's were wearing in Tree Shop Tradesmen, so that was a few months ago. So we got, you know, these ones. And of course there's these ones, that green ones, beige ones. Hello, it's now the next night, and I might have a list because I put my retainer in for the first time in who knows how many weeks. So, that's about it for the little tiny people. So the next got Macy's outfit that she wore, Tree Shop Tradesmen. And they also made these shorts, so that's like a new thing. And it was like around here that I started like taking pictures so that I could be like, remember when it is like finished stuff. So like here's some pictures, and you can see that David can also fit the pants, which means that these were like way too big for Barbie. So I need to modify that pattern if I want it to fit more form-fitting. And so he's got some new pants as well. And then I made these shirts with raglan sleeves, whatever that means. But they're like two different oranges because this one is like super stretchy and thin and floppy, and it's like really hard to pin a pattern to and cut out and sew and stuff. So then I used this one, which is about normal. t-shirt material. So it's like about the same as this sleeve in stretchy floppiness. And so then I started making button-up shirts, except I don't have actual buttons because I don't know if I'm gonna put Velcro or snaps, and then maybe if I can get tiny little buttons or whatever, I could sew them on and make it look like he's got buttons on his shirt. But for now, it's just a shirt. And then I got space for it. Okay, let me put this on him. These are gonna be pockets. Wait, no. Don't lose the pin. Put this back in. Alright, here he is in his shirt. Got a nice collar and all that. So then the next thing I did was make a matching set for Matthew and Sanji. So this is actually a shirt with from a different pattern from the one David was wearing, because that one is bigger and this one fits regular modern Ken dolls better. That other shirt pattern fits older Ken, or I guess skinny, or like the fashionistas that I guess are like whiter. And so actually no, this one is this is from like a Barbie shirt pattern that I just I guess leave in the bottom or whatever. And then because this doesn't really close properly, I just quickly just sewed a little tube for her. And then these pants are actually a second iteration, because these were made because the pants that Sanji wore previously were made from the same pattern here, but I guess because it was made from a t-shirt it could stretch, but this is woven and doesn't stretch. So this all is the widest it could fit. Apparently, despite Monster High dolls being skinny, this doll was not skinny enough. It literally got stuck. So instead, she's got Barbie-sized pants, but like with elastic in it. The elastic. Oh, also, like one day when I get like a Barbie baby and paint it like blue like Sanji to buy us their baby, he can get a matching piece too. That's the future. So I then went on to iterate a bunch more button-up shirts. So including this, which is Macy's version of David's shirt here, because, you know, matching couple outfits apparently. Which I then also took a picture of. But like Macy's is like kind of shorter. It kind of stops right at her hips, whereas David's goes farther down. So I would need to maybe make a new pattern and make it longer, in the same way I did that with Sanji's version. And then, you know, I got this one, which is another that smaller shirt. For this is Jason, which is David's younger brother, who's a dud. And then this is his child, Tanashi, who is small because her mother is a dwarf sprite, whatever that is. something's... Oh, no, it's like, it's an elf, but it's like a small elf. Because all the elves died off in Hudsonverse, apparently, according to my brother. But the dwarf version of elves still exists, and that is what Tanashi is half of. And so this is her little outfit. Also, here's Kristoff wearing that little outfit. Here it is, front ways. And then lastly, I got this button-up shirt, which has pockets. That work. And I also made this, which is another one of these, except I still haven't finished it. And like, as you can see from like this clip, yeah, this fabric frayed. It would have been smart to like get some glue. I mean, there's literally glue, fabric glue meant for fraying ends. Should get some of that, because this was fraying, but hopefully I can get the collar to work. If I finish that before I finish this video, then, you know, there's a picture. So that concludes the fashion show, and maybe this video, unless I have more things to say, in which I'll just make a cut here. But if not, thank you for watching this, I suppose. This is a very odd video. It feels way too vulnerable and different, because it's not a polished script of like my doll show, because it's all me talking and stuff. So I don't know if this is gonna come out now or after my next video, because I also plan on making a video about collection video for like my dolls, so I can count how many I have, because eventually I'm gonna buy new ones, and so I should know what my how much I have now before then, I guess, which should just be a straightforward video. I don't think I'll have to edit as much, but this one I'll probably have to edit a bunch more, because I always find ways to make it take forever. Anyway, the video's over now. Bye. Go watch another one that's better than this one.